equate preparation, the delivery of your prepared content is important. So let's see preparation as the intention. You have the right intentions, you've prepared. The attitude you have in class will determine if your intention will be properly communicated to your students. You have students from diverse majors that are in your class. So attitudes and characteristics like enthusiasm, motivation, commitment, confidence, these are characteristics that a TA must exhibit. And you get to transfer these attitudes to your students. Because when you're enthusiastic about what you do, when you are motivated, you show your student that I want to be in this lab. This is not a waste of your time, and it is not a waste of my time. Then they begin to see the relevance in the content. They enjoy being in the lab. And for some of the students, they're taking some of this major for different reasons. Some because they actually like taking the chemistry class, for an example. Some are taking it because they need the credits, because it's a pre-med class, for diverse reasons. So what's to make them prioritize your course instead of several other courses that they need to write exams for and do assignments for? They do that when they enjoy the class. So you don't want them to come to the lab just because they have to be there, because they need the credit, but because they actually enjoy and they see the value in being in the class. If a TA doesn't demonstrate these characteristics, it's going to be difficult for you to get your students to enjoy and have a good laboratory experience. And then this also goes into building the right class culture, because to drive student engagement, I believe that the structure and the culture in the class is very important. You can have a classroom culture where there's this figure of a TA who is leading the class, and there's this one or two-way exchange of information between the student and the TA. This looks very traditional, but the disadvantage in this part is that you can best believe that the students that are at the back of the class, they're probably not engaged, not paying attention, or they're doing the things that you don't even know. Now, how do you help to improve the class structure or the class experience for all the students, including every student in the class? Yes, you can decide to have a structure where you have students work in groups. However, to be efficient with this method, you need to select the group such that the group is not too large. Because the disadvantage of having too large group is you have some students who will not be as active as the other students, who will only rely on the participation of the other students, and they're going to get the grades from that. But the best way, which is also one of the ways we employ in University of Kentucky, is by creating a smaller group. So we have the students work in groups of 2, and then the TA is intentionally driving interactions and engagement between the peers. So you have students working in groups of 2 doing the assignment together, having the right group size, because if there are 2 students working together, it's going to be difficult for one student not to be working and the other student is the only one working. Unlike when you have a group of 4, 5, 6, and then you can have some not working, getting results from the other ones. Then driving and intentionally driving these interactions among the students also helps them to be comfortable amongst themselves. So you create a classroom where the average student feels at ease to express themselves, because some of the students come into the lab not knowing each other prior to the lab. So what they see is 20 to 21 different faces that's going to judge them when they answer the question wrongly, or people that they need to be perfect with. But when you foster or you create a lab culture that the students can engage with each other, they can interact with each other, and it goes to asking general questions, and rather than have them answer, you just take a pause and say, discuss this with your lab partner, discuss with the people on your table. That way you are facilitating discussion between the peers. They begin to feel a lot more comfortable with each other. They begin to understand that their ideas are not being judged, and they feel a lot more encouraged to answer questions in the class. So having the right class culture can also help to improve engagement and interaction in the class.